Dear children, in the treasure of Vietnamese fairy tales and legends, there is one story so famous that almost everyone has heard of it, the tale of Sun Tin, Thuy Tinh. This is not only an enchanting story filled with magical details, but it also explains natural phenomena and carries profound human lessons. Long ago, when modern science did not yet exist, our ancestors often told this story. Whenever heavy rain and floods came, with rivers rising high, it was said that Thuy Tinh was once again raising his army to seek revenge on Sun Tin. This legend was passed down from generation to generation, becoming part of the soul and heritage of our people. In those days, the land was under the reign of the 18th King Hung. The king had a beautiful, gentle, and virtuous daughter named Mi Nuong. When she reached the age of marriage, King Hung organized a competition to choose her husband. One day, two extraordinary men came to ask for her hand. The first was Sun Tin, Lord of the Highlands. With a wave of his hand, trees would spring up lush and green. With a single command, mountains would rise tall and mighty. The lands, the forests, and all wild creatures obeyed him. He embodied the steadfast strength of the mountains and forests. The second was Thuy Tinh, king of the rivers and seas. He could summon rain and call the winds, stir the waves into towering storms, and cause floods to engulf the plains. He embodied the might of water, sometimes gentle, sometimes fierce, at times refreshing, at times destructive. Both were supremely talented, and both wished to marry Mi Nuong. After much thought, King Hung declared, "Tomorrow, whoever brings the wedding gifts first will win my daughter's hand." The offerings must include 9 tusked elephants, 9 spurred roosters, and 9 red-maned horses. The next morning, Sun Tin arrived first with all the required gifts: elephants, roosters, and horses in full count. True to his word, King Hung gave Mi Nuong to Sun Tin, and she was escorted to Mount Tan Vien. When Thuy Tinh arrived, it was too late. The princess was gone. Enraged, his face flushed red and his eyes blazed with fury. He summoned storms, rain, and raging floods that swept across the plains, even surging into the royal palace, determined to reclaim Mi Nuong. Sun Tin immediately rose to fight. He raised his hand, and mountains soared higher, dams were built stronger, and ramparts stood firm against the rising waters. The higher the mountains grew, the higher the waves surged. Thunder roared, winds howled, and waves seemed ready to tear apart the earth, yet the mountains stood firm and unyielding. The war raged for days. Rain poured endlessly, winds shrieked, and waters engulfed fields and villages. But Sun Tin did not retreat. He tirelessly raised mountains higher, widened hills, and resisted every assault of the furious waves. The people trembled at the destructive power of Thuy Tinh, yet their hearts trusted in Sun Tin, the indomitable lord of the mountain. At last, after many days and nights of fierce struggle, Thuy Tinh was exhausted. The floods receded, the skies cleared, and the waters returned to the sea. Sun Tin triumphed, safeguarding Mi Nuong, the mountains, and the people, yet Thuy Tinh's hatred never faded. Each year, he would raise the waters again, unleashing storms and floods to seek revenge for his ancient loss. After the raging storms, the skies shone once more. On Mount Tan Vien, Sun Tin and Mi Nuong lived happily together. The forests turned green, birds sang sweetly, and harvests flourished. In the villages below the mountain, after the floods receded, people rebuilt their homes, sowed new seeds, and reinforced the dikes. Children laughed and played by the riverside, their joy ringing out under the golden sunlight. The rising sun lit up the land, signaling life's renewal after the storm. From then on, the legend of Sun Tin Ni Thuy Tinh lived on, not only as an explanation of nature's mysteries, but also as a timeless symbol of the strength, resilience, and wisdom of the Vietnamese people in the face of disasters. Dear children, from this story, we can learn many precious lessons. First, anger, jealousy, and the use of force to compete, like Thuy Tinh, only bring failure and endless hatred. Second, those who keep their promises, like Sun Tin, will earn respect and worthy rewards. Justice and integrity are always the foundations of love and trust. Third, the tale reminds us that nature is immensely powerful, sometimes gentle, sometimes fierce. But if people are united, creative, and courageous, we will always find ways to overcome challenges and protect life. Children, after hearing the tale of Sun Tin Thuy Tinh, remember this: each of us can choose how we live our lives. Do not choose anger or rivalry like Thuy Tinh, but instead, live with fairness, compassion, and generosity, like Sun Tin. Let us love one another, stand united, and protect our environment. Every small action, sharing with friends, helping parents, caring for green trees, becomes a solid mountain that helps us overcome the floods of hardship in life. Be the Sun Tin of today, strong, just, and kind-hearted, to build together a brighter, more sustainable Vietnam, shining like the sun after the storm.